Good morning, folks. Good morning. I'll let that hang out a little bit longer so you can see it. I put it right back up. Me and Demetrius short today. Me and Demetrius short today. You're going to find out why we weren't on yesterday if you hang out for just a second. So, welcome to Get Rich 101. We'll talk about money just a little bit, just to get us straight. And let's talk about what happened this weekend. Let's talk about what happened this weekend. So let me bring him on. Mr. Demetrius Short.
Drum roll for a drummer.
Yeah, that's right. We are here. Demetrius Short, welcome. I'm glad I'll get to have you here because I talk about you so much on the show. So let me let you introduce yourself really briefly.
Well, my name is Demetrius Short, the founder and CEO of Transformation Life Center, home of the Steps of Success 5K, the Pathway to Success, Leadership Academy, and our beloved Black Men Run, Brown Boys Read initiative.
Yeah. So I put my fist up because I have run around the race, but I haven't run the race because of the stroke. So right. I had a stroke and I was there rooting for you, but I haven't been in the race. So that's my goal, to get in that race.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah. September 14th.
Let's go. All right, man. So tell us about what happened this weekend. For those who don't know, let's let everybody know.
Well, many of you have seen two Black men, my brother. I mean, I've seen this guy, Sekou, and for the last couple of years, we've been runners and impacting the community. We have our hero here, my brother, who is a true hero and a miracle. My 30 years of being the first in my family to graduate college at Fisk University, but go through depression, going through tough times in school that challenged me. But I pulled myself up by my bootstraps and got my dream job. I used to walk with a suit and a briefcase and alligator skin shoes from Fisk to my internships, walking 3 miles. I didn't have a car. I was on academic probation, went from a 3.6 GPA to a 1.8. But I never quit. I just kept pushing, surrounded myself around good people, and got my dream job with IBM, got married, moved away to Greensboro, North Carolina, came back to Fisk University, and I walked that same route as a seasoned IT professional. Wow. And I remembered all the tears, all the struggles. I walked the same course that I could have given up on, but I didn't. And that's when I birthed the idea that, I walked as a struggling student in the suit. What would happen if I ran a 5K in a suit?
Wow.
And the crazy Black guy in Nashville that started running a 5K in the suit to help give back to college students. So that's where my passion for nonprofit leadership started. And here I am 30 years later, helping college students overcome any barrier, any struggle, financial, health, or whatever, to help them persevere and become the future leaders that we know they can be today. And so I met Sekou, and we were running and walking, and it just made sense for us to not just be working together on the athletic thing, but our students need to hear real life stories. And so we said at the New York Marathon, we're going to get on stage. We're going to not only run to help students, but one day we're going to get on stage and share a microphone and put each other on a platform to inspire students. And this past weekend, I'm so happy, for the first time, Sekou Wrights, the hero, and Demetrius Short, Mr. Don't Fall Short, stood in front of 30 college students, and we taught a lesson on Fit to Lead. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. But those of you that don't know, I mean, well, you don't know because I didn't know, but I walked into this room and I was like, wow, I was just so mesmerized. I'm glad I came there early so I could see what the kids were imbued with, what you offered them. I was like, wow, I was so impressed with them. The kids were active, they were asking questions, they were building so much energy. And I thought, wow, this is really great. And so I was happy to be a part of that. For those of you who don't know, I mean, how could you know? Unless you were checking social media. So you had me up with Lolita, and you talk about why you had us both up. Yeah, talk about that.
Yes, indeed. So for the past year, we've taken the Pathway to Success Leadership Academy is cultivating future Black leaders to positively impact their community and the world. We are investing in 40 college students from 7 universities. We do this every year. They get $1,000 scholarship, but then we bring them face to face with thought leaders, CEOs, lawyers, doctors, heroes, athletic trainers, because they have to see who we want them to be. And so for the last 17 sessions, they've done networking, they've done boardroom behavior. The last session was called Fit to Lead, You and the World. What good is it to tell these students to get a 4.0 and get your dream job and you do not take care of your health? Yeah. And so this last session, we thought, what better message for our students to hear than Lolita Sneed, who went out for a run on last year, August 17th, and had a heart attack in the middle of a run and made it to the hospital and had 3 clogged arteries. And her doctor tell her, if you were not healthy, you would not have died. What better you would have died? What better person to speak and inspire 16 to 20, 22-year-olds for a man who ran 409 days and on that 409th day walked into Fisk University preparing to do a keynote speech and had a hemorrhagic stroke, and his doctor tell him if he was not healthy, it would have been fatal. So we decided what better people to put on the stage for these young people. You know, hearing and seeing is believing. So I brought Lolita up, a female. I brought Sekou up, a male, and we just had a candid conversation, talked about the day, talked about their professions, because we ultimately believe that if our leaders are not healthy, if they are not well, if they're not balanced, they will not maximize their full potential. And my friend nailed it. He talked about the day, he talked about his profession, and then he dialogued with the students where they were just asking questions all day. So you really truly inspired this leader to be healthy, to be well, and to live balanced lives at an earlier age. That's the thing. If we can speak to our younger selves, especially in the Black community, right? We don't talk about mental health. We don't talk about weight loss and diabetes and hypertension. Those are the things that we're trying to instill in these young people so that they can live a long and healthy life. And you did an amazing job, and the students were really blessed.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it, especially because I feel awkward these days because I'm speaking to people, but my language doesn't quite, match up to what I'm thinking. And so I appreciate that, and I appreciate you inviting me to be here, and that this is the second time because we did this last year, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and to see the growth from there to here is huge. Yes. I just want to point this out. Fee King, my fiance, says a heart attack while jogging, 3 clogged arteries. My God, powerful. 409 had a stroke. That's me. My Sekou lived because of his condition and his mindset.
Yes.
Ashe, because it wasn't told to me immediately. It was told to me over time, that stroke that I had was a fatal stroke. Fatal.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Fatal is normally fatal. Yep.
Normally fatal. Yes. Normally fatal. And that I had survived because I was so physically fit. I was like, what? Because I'm doing the things? And that really hit me because I just become recently fit. Like I just become recently fit. I didn't run in college. I didn't run in all those places, but I ran with you in Black Men Run. And let me tell you, for those of you who missed this episode, let me just tell you really quickly. I ran with these folks and they smoked me. I mean, they were like, shoom, shoom. And I was like,
I'm not coming back.
I'm just going to walk back to the finish line. I'm going back to the finish line. And my intention was to go back to the finish line, get in my car, and drive away. But these brothers were so fast, they finished the route by the time I got back to the starting line. And I was like, oh, no, they're here. Oh,
no man left behind.
Yeah. And Demetrius called me up and said, man, what do you call them?
They were the Titans. Those were you showed up on the day that our speed guys were doing work, and they were fast.
They were fast, bro. They were. I was feeling good about myself because I had been running every day. Well, not every day, but I've been running. And I was like, these boys were fast. And so Demetrius called me, and he talked me into it, and I kept coming back and coming back and coming back. And now you heard him. So I ran for 409 days. Mm-hmm. 409th day, yeah, that took me under in front of the class at Fisk. Yeah, so that took me out. But I'm back and I'm fighting and I'm fighting. And so I appreciate you, bro.
I'm so glad you came back. I mean, with Black Men Run, I want to give a shout out to Black Men Run. We are the world's largest African American male run and walk group. We have men we have 75-year-olds who are running 8-minute miles. We have 22-year-olds who's running 16-minute miles.
I mean, come on.
I'm 50 years old in the best shape of my life. So it's not about you chasing the speed. It's about you being the best version of you. It's you against the world. Yep. And so when Sekou came out, and people always say, oh, they're going to leave me. I'm not fast like them. You're not supposed to be them. And that's why I called him. Our motto is no man left behind. Whether you're fast or slow, we wait for you at the finish line. And I'm so happy that Edward Walton and Jason Russell, the co-founder of Black Men Run, had a stroke and an aneurysm and almost died. So we have 60 chapters around the world, and there's Black Girls Run, there's Black Men Run, there's East. That's we're not trying to be exclusive. We run with all of our running groups, but the narrative that has been told to us so long is that gun violence is what's killing Black males. It is not true. Hypertension, diabetes is killing Black men at a far greater rate. And for the past 10 years, Black Men Run said, let's get our men out walking, healthy and whole so that we can be the leaders in the community that our families and our community lead. So I'm glad to have you as part of BMR and want to share that with our listening audience.
Thanks for offering that. And I want to say that Jason really helped me down.
Yes.
Jason really helped me down because I didn't tell you guys this, but I had suffered amnesia. I mean, strong amnesia. Like I'm still beginning to pull my memories together. And so I kept getting gifts. I was waking up to gifts like a hat and a squeezy and just little things. They were popping up in my house. And I was just following the path of those things. Like, let me squeeze this, let me take this. And so that was from Jason. And he really got me on the right path and seeing through into the right thing. And so he's been very helpful to me.
Yes.
He's given me articles, and we've been exchanging text messages often. So shout out to Jason. If he's not here, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you because you helped me down. Yeah, you helped me down.
We are a healthy brotherhood. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So I wanted to show this because I've not even watched it because I'm too scared to watch it. But B King, she doctored it. She put her chef skills together to create it. And I'm just gonna play it now and see what happens. But I've been too scared to watch myself. But let's see what happens.
I was in the hospital and I was unable to speak, and I was unable to remember the people who were coming by to say hi to me, to speak to me, and I was just there. And the one thing I had was there was a wheelchair parked over there. And the one thing I had, even though I didn't know who I was, I didn't know my own name, I didn't know anything, I knew I didn't want to end up in that wheelchair.
That's powerful, man.
Yeah, that's strong.
That was powerful.
That's strong. Yeah, she got me there. So let me just say that the wheelchair, I don't even know if it was a figment of my imagination. I don't even know. But I remember seeing a wheelchair in the first place. I ended up in 3 different places. So the first place I ended up was I saw a wheelchair. And I swear to you, I don't remember if it was real or if it was magic. But I remember that I had to get away from that wheelchair. And by that, I had to get up. Like I pulled the leads out of my body. All those leads that they hook you up with, all those wires, I used to pull them out and get up and go to the bathroom. And I could barely make it because my right hand side was paralyzed. And I had to drag it. So yeah, so that right there, that was a good piece, Fee. That was a good piece. That was a good piece. What did you have to say about D?
Yeah, I remember that again because we went over. I'm a organic speaker. I like to have a script, but I like to allow everything to kind of develop as it goes. And when you talked about, mindset, and you seeing that wheelchair and purposing in your mind, I don't want that to be my life. And that's what students need to hear. And people, speaking to everyone out there, it doesn't matter where you are, your feet will never go where your mind won't tell it.
Say that again. Say that again.
That's a good tweet. Let me copyright that. Your feet will never go where your mind doesn't tell it.
Yeah.
When you're tired at mile 10, when you're tired at mile 15, and rightfully so, right? Your body just gives out. It's your mind. The Bible says it's with the mind that we serve the Lord. So this thing is more powerful. And when your body's ready to give up, man, your mindset and being mindful is the most powerful thing. So here you are, you saw that wheelchair, and I believe you made up in your mind, I don't want Fee pushing me in this. I don't want to roll into Demetrius's session on the wheelchair. And here you are, you put the work in, you overcame, you followed instructions. Sometimes we are hard-headed and we didn't follow instructions.
Yeah.
Your mindset is what will get you over. And I always use this phrase in my running tip. People say, a marathon is 26.2 miles.
Right.
And they'll say, well, you ran 26.2 miles. I said, no, I didn't. Demetrius, yes, you did. You ran. I said, no, I didn't. I ran 1 mile 26 times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it.
We sometimes focus on the end, and what gets you to where you're going to be in life is you taking the first daggone step.
That's right.
Don't worry about mile 14. If you do mile 1 and mile 2, if you make the resume to get that new job, I want a new job. You've never done your resume. You've never taken the steps. You haven't done your work. It's not wishful thinking. It's mindfulness, putting your mind to it, putting the action to it. And when you do that 1 mile, I say, Demetrius, do it again. Do it again. I look up, I'm at mile 24, like, hey, let me beast mode this thing. And then
That's right.
With your mind is the most powerful weapon. I'm so thankful that you shared that with our students, because sometimes they think that they're young and invincible.
Yes. I thought I was invincible. I didn't even have benefits, because I was like, I'll get benefits later. But yeah. I needed benefits. Benefits. Yeah.
And we learn, and then we share. And you spoke and encouraged them so beautifully, man. It was amazing. They're still talking about the session. So
oh, really?
You really inspired some people.
That's good to hear. So listen, we got to give a shout out to Jason. Jason is in the house. Jason's in the house.
Man, that's my guy.
Yes, he is.
I got 2 heroes on here, man. You got me, man.
Yeah,
come on.
We hold it down. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you.
Thank you for being there. I appreciate you, Jason. I appreciate you. Yeah, for everything, man. For everything. So if you didn't get a chance to hear me say, yeah, Jason, here we go. I appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Hey, Sekou, I think that me, you, and Jason ought to put something together, man. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
We're gonna call you, Jason. We're gonna get my two brothers on stage, man. Let's do something.
Let's do something. Yeah. Because there's so much for us to talk about. Because I mean, you all know the basics, but there's so much.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much. I'm doing a speaking engagement tomorrow with the people who did my body, who were my physical therapist, my speech therapist, and all of them. I'm talking to them because I need them to understand the differences in how I felt versus how I'm trying to figure out how to say this right. I'm trying to figure out how to say this right, but I'm just trying to figure out how to speak it to them in a way that they can receive it. Mm-hmm. Because some of the things that happened weren't ideal, but I couldn't speak. I couldn't articulate my voice, and so I need to figure out how to speak to them. You know, so I hope.
You're gonna be great. You're gonna speak to the Brown Boys Read tomorrow.
Yes.
Out there with the boys and
yes.
Black Men Run, Brown Boys Read. They'll be graduating in 2 weeks. So Sekou's coming out tomorrow. He read with the boys and inspired them to be healthy and whole. And these are young men who were reading below the 3rd grade literacy level. They heard him speak before your stroke about you drive cars and all of that. How important reading is for your career. Reading is the basic foundation to everything, math and science, and just getting a driver's license, right? If you can't read, you can't even take the test. So we want these 2nd through 5th grade boys. We're bringing Sekou back tomorrow, and they'll be running. But actually, not today. No, it's today. We're going to see them today at 3:30 after school program. We'll be bringing him through, and he'll have a few words with them to share with them, and then we're going to do a 2.5, 3 mile run, hopefully, and then they'll be graduating next.
Ooh, 2.5 to 3 mile run. Oh shoot! I got to
walk with us. You're gonna walk with me.
Okay, great. That's right, boy. That's right. Because I did my run this morning. I did my run. But yeah, I'll be out there. I'll be out there to support the young ones. And I saw the I can't remember his name, but I saw one of the kids that I ran with at your last run. What was that last run?
Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin. And I saw him. He has picked it up. He's picked it up. Like he is zooming. And I'm scared to run with him. He's going to challenge me. Yeah.
He's doing well.
Yeah. But listen, I want to shout you out. Look, Jason says absolutely. Jason says absolutely. Let's go. We're gonna figure it out. And yes, this is being recorded, Jason. Yes, it's being recorded for all posterity, for everyone who's seeing it later. You know, come on and do it. So let's get our things together, D. Let's get Jason involved, and we'll figure it out.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. All right, so I want to do this really quickly because the name of the show is Get Rich 101. So I've rebranded the show. So let me ask you, what has been your best secret or the best tip that you've gotten financially?
Man, for me, it's diversifying my portfolio. That's personally, and that's me as a nonprofit leader. It's key that when we only had the race, we put all our money in that 5K race, and we learned that a nonprofit has to survive all year. There's rent, there's bills. We now have salaries for the first time. So we made a strategy about 3 years ago that we need to diversify our portfolio. That means that you don't put all your rocks just in one thing, because if that one thing hits, and then you kind of suffer from that. So for me personally, I just turned 50 New Year's Eve, and I have a nice.
Congratulations! That's right.
50 that's right. 50. How am I looking? 50 and 5.
Looking tight, bro. Looking tight.
You're only as old as you feel. And I say that. I mean, I'm loving these first 4 months of my 50s. I'm not ashamed to say that. I want to live long and hard, and so I'm focusing now on succession planning. I can't depend on Social Security. My wife and I are sitting down. We'll be 25 years of marriage in August. So we're planning and writing out our wills, our succession planning, this injury that I have, overcoming this major knee surgery. When you can't walk for 6 months, it really humbles you to say you need to look at your life financially, that
Right.
you can be able to, in your older years, be able to live the life and say, cool, I made a commitment. I want a quality life. I don't say I want to be rich. What is being rich? I have millionaires who are broke. You know, if you make $1 million, you buy $1 million house, you are really broke. Your assets and your liabilities.
Yeah.
So we chase things, but I want to be able to get up, take some trips. I committed to myself for my 50th birthday to take 12 trips this year, once a month. It's
Yeah.
go to Atlanta, go to Gatlinburg, get a two bedroom chalet and just look. So I am writing out my financial plan for me to live the quality life that I want. And the key word is quality.
Yeah.
I don't want to be busy. I want to live in my 50s, my 60s, as long as God allows me to live. I want to have enough money for me to invest into the things that I'm passionate about. I want to be a full-time, motivational speaker. I want to work full-time for the nonprofit one day. I worked 30 years in IT. I have an amazing job, software QA tester,
Right.
IT for over 30 years. I love my job, my boss, my team. But right now, my tip is, how do I diversify and put money in investments? I'm looking for residual income type of thing. So we're heads down right now to speak to the 60-year-old Demetrius in 10 years. And I'm starting that planning right now, that when I wake up in my 60s, God bless me to do that. Where is my money going? Where do I have coming in?
Yeah.
What quality of life that I'm drinking? What kind of car am I walking out of? What house? So close your eyes and dream.
Yeah.
What do you see? And that's what I'm doing right now. A big tip for me is diversify my funding, get into some investments. We're looking at some real estate investment, property, and things of that sort to allow us to leave a legacy for that beautiful 19-year-old daughter. I'm a girl's dad, man. I'm in trouble. Girl, stay in your pocket, right? I got to hit it right. I need a loan, Jason, man. Come on, hook me up.
That's right. That's good. That's good. So you got some of your awards right. You're sitting right in front of, right?
Yeah.
You just talk about things. Yeah.
Wow, this big old baby here. This thing is about 10. This is my 10-year Black Men. I served Black Men Run for 10 years. And Ed and Jason gave me a red coat, and they celebrated me in Atlanta. And then the local chapter of Black Men Run gave me this amazing plaque here. And then Harvard, just graduated from Harvard University.
All right.
With a strategic degree in nonprofit leadership. And then another 10-year plaque from Black Men Run.
There you go. There you go. So I'm glad you said what you said about rethinking things after your bout with walking. Yeah. Because for me, it's the same thing. For me, I was a freelance everything, but the stroke has affected my ability to do those things. I've had to think hard about money. How do I get money? How do I figure this out? And that has been quite the challenge for me. And that's why I renamed the show Get Rich 101, because I've got to focus. I've got to focus on how to get money. And that has led to some very interesting facts. So yeah, man, come along for this ride. Come stick with us and we'll talk about it. And also I wanted to shout this out because I got a round of applause from your folks, from your college students, because I mentioned this. So I ran 409 days, right? And then I was laid low by the stroke. And then it took me a long time. It took me a long time before I was able to run again. But I was able to run again, and now I'm at 465.
65 days. Wow.
Yeah, right?
Right. You are better than me. I've never done a run streak.
Man.
I may be faster than you, but kudos to you. Antoine's on, I think, over 2,000.
Shout out to Antoine, because he's the one. He's the one to put us on. I remember the first time I met him, he was talking about, because I was like, what is that? What's a run streak?
It's a run streak.
I run every day. I was like, every day? He was like, yeah, every day. I was like, whoa. But then I tried it, and now I'm doing it. I'm up to 465 days. So that's bigger, that's longer than my run streak that I had to get past in order to, I had to think past it because I had to pass day 409. I had to get past that day again. get past that daycare. So yeah, man. So I think we're out of time. We're a little bit over. But I thank you for coming. I know we didn't do this yesterday. Oh, I forgot to tell them. Let me just tell them right quickly. Yesterday, we were supposed to do this yesterday. And my man showed up. He was waiting for me, texting me, and I fell asleep. I slept right through it. So thank goodness Jeremy just he texted me right at the minute mark to come on the show today and do it right. So I'm glad that you are here today, and I'm glad that everyone came to watch. I'm glad that Jason, you were here, and anything else you want to end with, D?
Man, I'm just thankful again for you and your followers. Thank you. You're doing an amazing thing. I am super proud of you and your walk, and you're a big inspiration to the world. Continue to be our hero. And as I always say, don't fall short. Follow me at Mr. Don't Fall Short, and you can do anything in life with God on your side.
Ashe. We'll see you later.
Thank you.